1933, Joseph Goebbels became Hitler's Minister of Propaganda. His mission, controlled the minds of 80 million Germans, and he succeeded. Goebbels didn't just spread lies, he created a system that made lies feel like the truth. He seized control of every newspaper, radio station, and film studio in Germany. Then came the technique that would change history, the big lie. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. He said the Jews were destroying Germany, controlling the banks, poisoning the culture, and stealing jobs. He repeated every single day in newspapers, on the radio, in films, and in schools. Within 5 years, ordinary Germans were telling their Jewish neighbors. Goebbels understood something terrifying. People don't want truth. They want certainty. Give them an enemy, repeat it endlessly, and they will believe anything. In 1945, even as Berlin burned, German citizens still believed they were winning the war. That's the power of propaganda. Goebbels died in 1945, but his techniques, they never went away. 1930s, Joseph Stalin faced a problem. How do you control 200 million people across 11 time zones? His answer, total information control. Stalin created the most sophisticated propaganda machine in history. Every newspaper, every radio station, every book, every film, all controlled by the state. The Ministry of Truth wasn't fiction, it was real, and it was Soviet. Pravda, the official newspaper, didn't report news, it created reality. If Stalin said harvest was abundant, it was abundant, even if millions were starving. Photographs were altered, political enemies were erased from history, literally airbrushed out of photos after they were executed. The Soviets pioneered the cult of personality. Stalin's face was everywhere. Statues, posters, schools. Children sang songs about him. But there's the genius. They made people police themselves. If you didn't applaud Stalin's speeches long enough, your neighbors reported you. If you questioned the party line, you disappeared. The propaganda wasn't just external, it was internal. People learned to think in propaganda, to believe it, to enforce it on each other. By the time Stalin died, he killed 20 million of his own people, and millions more mourned him as a hero. The Soviet propaganda machine, it didn't just control what people said, it controlled what they thought. 1939, British families gathered around their radios to hear war updates. Then a voice cut through the static. Germany calling, Germany calling. The accent was posh, upper-class British, but the words were poison. Your government is lying to you. Britain cannot win this war. Your sons will die for nothing. His name was William Joyce, a British fascist who fled to Germany and became Hitler's most famous propaganda broadcast. The British nicknamed him Lord Haw-Haw because of his exaggerated aristocrat accent. 6 million Britons tuned in, not because they believed him, because he was entertaining. They laughed at him. But Joyce had a weapon that terrified people. He knew things he shouldn't. He'd mention specific towns, specific factories, specific military units. How did he know? British intelligence suspected Nazi spies were feeding him information. The broadcasts became psychological warfare. When the war ended, British forces captured Joyce in Germany. He tried to use a fake passport. They hanged him for treason in 1946. Lord Haw-Haw, the voice that tried to break Britain. Instead, he became a punchline and then a corpse. 1943. American soldiers in the Pacific heard a voice on the radio. Smooth, seductive, speaking perfect English. Hello, boys. This is Tokyo Rose. Your sweetheart back home? She's probably with another man right now. Her real name was Eva Togori, an American citizen trapped in Japan when the war started. The Japanese military forced her to broadcast propaganda. Her mission? Break American morale. Make them homesick, make them doubt, make them give up. Every night, she played American music and whispered poison between the songs. Why are you fighting so far from home? Your friends are dying. For what? But here's what Japan didn't expect. American troops loved her. They didn't believe the propaganda. They just wanted to hear the music and a familiar voice. Tokyo Rose became a joke amongst the soldiers. They laughed at her attempts to demoralize them. After the war, the U.S. arrested her for treason. She served 6 years in prison. Decades later, she was pardoned. Investigators found she had been forced to broadcast and had actually tried to sabotage Japanese propaganda from within. Tokyo Rose, the voice that meant to break American soldiers. Instead, she became their entertainment.